think I set you as a moderator for OC Aries too.
Yeah, I got a little wrench next to my name.
Okay. Are you catching any background noise from me?
No.
Okay. You always do a background.
Huh?
You always do a background.
Yeah. I must have an update because I don't have all that stuff you had.
One thing I did last night was an Outlook update, but I thought that went to Outlook.
It cut me off.
What?
The camera. So it was kind of cut me off the background.
Mine, it does it too, but it's Mr. Cliff.
Good evening.
How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Kind of soggy out today.
Yeah, that's for sure. No lie there.
All right, I must not have turned. Yeah, I didn't. I wonder why I didn't see myself on the screen.
Thought you're gonna stay incognito.
There we go. This computer's so slow, I can't tell when it comes up.
That's the problem about computers nowadays. You buy it today and tomorrow it's already out of date.
Okay. Computers and iPhones.
Yeah. Anything Apple. Yeah. We bought the latest version Apple phone roughly a year ago now, Mike. Earlier this year? I don't remember now. And it's already almost out of date.
Oh, yeah. Not only that, but a replacement is incredibly expensive.
Yeah, the first one was not cheap either.
Hey, do I have audio tonight?
Sure do.
Huh?
Sure do.
All right. I don't know what the difference, but it's working.
Change a thing.
Yeah, great.
Ding dong.
Larry. Keith.
Now it's working.
Boys.
Yeah, we get to watch TV while we talk to Melissa.
The closer.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
The living room is a disaster. I've been wallpapering all day.
ooh.
The living room's gonna look all new. Oh, you muted it. I'll turn it down.
Come over here
Peach.
and start video. And I'm on the top corner again. Right between John and Michael.
Hello, Bill. Hey, Christy.
Hey.
Hey, did you? Morning, everyone. Or good afternoon, I should say.
Well, it depends. Unless you just woke up.
Yeah.
It's been a hard day.
Gracie's the one that's had a hard day. Her bed's moved in the living room. I didn't go to work. I wallpapered instead. She doesn't know what to do. We got mixed.
Jerry.
Life is turned upside down right now.
Hey, darn.
Stronger than segregation. We can always be
You good?
honest with each other. Into summer. And pops, the new change is coming. Any day now. Every morning at 10, 9 Central. Right here on Start TV.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare or who expects to join soon. This card I hold in my hand, it's an example of an all-in-one Medicare Advantage membership card.
The kind of Medicare coverage that comes with a simple little card can help you in so many ways.
The Medicare Advantage plan that I've got, it has paved the way for more independence. It's all inclusive. They take care of all my pharmacy, they take care of all my medical, they take care of my doctor bills.
I actually don't even have to pay for a doctor visit, and that's fantastic.
If you're already on original Medicare or you're
You
about
want
to become
that?
eligible,
The living room there and that.
Parts A and B.
Those cover your doctor visits and hospital care. Things you also get in an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan. But all-in-one Advantage card holders may get so much more. I have
Hey,
one
Melissa.
card, and that
Melissa.
card helps me
Yoo-hoo.
with my vision
You're
costs,
on.
my dental costs, my pharmacy costs, my doctor costs.
Let's roll a list.
Judges and pioneers, how they convinced a nation that women belong.
If you can't watch the CBS Evening News, you can listen. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Sponsored by SimpliSafe. Very busy. The importance of speed, hard work, and great outdoors. So we built a
B.
by the Mustang and engineered it to get from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds.
Hello, hello.
Hybrid engine in the only
Bobbin.
reimagined
Hi, John.
as an off-roading
What's up, Jerry? How are you?
I must be working. I must be working.
We're working.
That's good news.
We can see you and we can hear you.
Oh my God, you're unlucky.
Loser.
Jerry's a very good regular on the morning, and it's good what he does. I appreciate that, Jerry. At least I'm hearing Alan, and that's good too. Melissa, if you're saying something, you're muted.
I think she was talking to her mom.
Oh, I heard her talking. Come on.
Yeah, I was showing her a picture of one of our new members. Showed up in my email.
Oh, but not here.
The Equinox and
You muted yourself halfway down. You said Equinox up down.
the Equinox Hotel and Resort in Vermont.
Ooh.
I'll keep my muted here.
Hey, Michael, do you have a message for Bobbin?
Oh, hey, Bob. Me and John was at Perkins the other night, and they told me for you to call. They're starting to schedule things in the room back there again, to call them and talk to them.
Your modulation's real low.
Yeah.
No, we lost Bobbin.
Comes Rick.
Were you talking to me? Your audio is very low on this.
How about now?
I think I'm all the way up. It's kind of weak. Oh, you're talking about the restaurant?
Give me a second. I think I'm on the wrong microphone. Hold on. I'm on the wrong mic.
Just like your phone with the Apple Link. Yeah.
Talk
Get
to
keep what you got with Bob Heil up there. Yeah. Enter KIQs there.
Hey, Bob.
Paul?
Oh, okay. I'm not muted, so that's good.
You hear me?
Yeah, I heard you that time.
Am I loud?
There you
That's
Michael,
it.
try it again, Michael.
Yeah.
All right, how about now?
No, can hardly hear you.
Terrible there.
That's what happens when you got 3 microphones hooked to a computer.
Well, at least one of them ought to pick you up.
Use
Yeah,
the
the
fourth
one I
one.
want to pick up
Use the fourth one. Use that chip.
Mr. Cronin did that.
Can hear somebody's clock.
It's probably mine. So
Yep,
those-
that would be yours, Jerry.
That's Seth Thomas.
There, Paul.
I got the football game on my TV here. So. Anyway, Michael, you're still trying. You were talking to me about the restaurant, I think you were saying, or what? John, it was?
Yeah, he was trying to say that we were at the Perkins,
Okay.
and they said to call them. They're starting to schedule for the back room.
Well, he does have me scheduled for the last Wednesday. He just wants me to call him a few days ahead of time during that week.
Okay.
Yeah, he was cool.
They said that they're starting to get it scheduled out.
Yeah, I may just do that. Just give him a call again. Mike Noyce was the manager. He's gone. This new guy's name is Mike. That's cool. I'll give him a shout. Thanks.
Well, they're no longer a corporate store. They're a franchisee.
Yeah, but still. Kind of like what Steak and Shake was doing.
Mm-hmm.
They lost 2 Steak and Shakes too. I think they went up there by you guys. I think the one at 436 close to Loma is still open, isn't it?
Last time we went by there.
I like it. Great hamburgers. I like their chili 3-way.
That's not about there. It looked like it was open.
That was all of this story. What was that? Whoever said something was very disappointed.
That was Cliff.
Oh,
Got to fix his sound card or something, but
check him on APRS with me on.
It says his computer runs slow, so it might be his computer just being for it for Zoom.
Could be.
What's he on, a Commodore 64 or what?
If you turn off video, it might help.
Doesn't help. Well, if I got to sign on the screen, it's closed. Some resources may affect your audio quality by closing some applications to improve performance. This application is only about
But if you turn off video, if you turn off sending video, that may help a lot.
I tried that before and it didn't work. Let me try it again.
That was actually a little better than usual.
The mouse.
Are you still on dial-up or what? Sorry.
Happy Monday, everybody.
Hey, Dean.
Hi, Dean.
First Monday of the week. 4 more and it'd be Friday.
I was helping Keith Boyer on his APRS. He had his weather station down at Golden Run in the Expressway. Then it went to his house. Then it went by the airport. Now it's back at his house again.
Yeah, I've noticed it does that sometimes.
I got him on the phone yesterday. Texting back and forth. He says, "I'll meet you on 050." Like yesterday afternoon, had it on all day long. Never heard him, but then it got fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Steve.
Hello.
Well,
What's Mr. Leemaker's ID number?
359.
Hey, Keith. Hey, Keith.
Thank you.
Are you there, Keith? You say something? I see you got your weather station back at your house again. It went down by the airport, finally back to your house.
I rebooted the computer. I don't know what happened after that. So cool.
It went to your house yesterday afternoon, or no, the other night. Then it was back by Goldenrod. Then I went to the airport. Now it's back at your house again.
Technology, man. I don't know. I probably need to switch computers because the one I'm running is a real boat anchor.
Must be a lot of wind coming off the coast to push it all the way down there, you know?
I mean, that's incredible, bro. I mean, wow. I'm speechless to it all.
I got a ghost image of yours down by Goldenrod on the expressway, though. I forgot to let you know where it was. And your weather station's been transmitting like every 3 or 4 minutes. And I don't know why you have your QTH on the map as well. I just have my weather station I find.
Oh. Okay. I haven't done that one recently.
I mean, I click on to see the weather. It comes up both of yours, and I click on the weather. It gives me the. You're very close to what I got. So.
You see where Dad's at? He probably forgot. Hang on a second.
Yeah, you got 76 degrees there. Jeff has 76. I have 76. Hey, Yahtzee.
Let's see.
What is it?
Hey, John, is Mike going to be in here?
Bob.
Yeah, he disconnected. He was trying to work on a microphone issue.
Thank you.
There he comes. Can we hear you now?
No, I'm having microphone issues.
That worked.
That time.
Yeah, because I'm not going through the right mic.
You going through the left mic?
I was going to say left mic, yeah.
No, I'm actually going through my camera microphone.
Well, it works.
On the 750, that's cool.
No, I'm not using the 750. I changed my setup.
Ah, yeah, it doesn't look, yeah, you got a full 16:9 screen there.
So I got actually a webcam that has microphones in it, but for some reason it's conflicting with my HAL mic that I usually use.
You sound very clear, very clear.
All right, for tonight it'd be that one.
Hey, Bill, is Christy with you?
Yeah, she's with me. She's making us a cup of coffee right now.
Hello.
Hey, Brad, should have one of those too.
Hello.
Thank you.
Who all wants coffee?
Also, my original QSL card here. My original call sign.
What's that all about?
My original QSL card. My original call. Hot dog king.
Jimmy, I made your coffee, but I have to make it hot. That's all it was.
Cream and 3 sugars, please.
But I will. Oh.
Quiet.
Oh, it's Alfred.
Just waiting a couple more minutes. People are still connecting, so.
Yeah, whoever's dog that is that's whining to get on Zoom, will you let him on?
My God. I told him to be quiet.
He wants to be on camera.
No, he just wants me.
I'm gonna log out, log back in, John. Dad's having a problem with his link. It's being kind of goofy, so I'm gonna try it again.
All right.
I'm gonna log out.
Bye.
Really? We're on YouTube too?
We're on YouTube too. On the Orange County ARES YouTube page.
Oh, cool.
So if nobody gets enough of us on Zoom, they can go to YouTube and watch us. It's Mr. Lapeter.
There's Al.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you. W2AS.
Al, it's good to hear you on the morning nets too.
Thank you, Bob.
Great radio.
It's amazing. Leo always says you have a great signal. I can just about hear you through my noise. But I got a good signal up there too, and he's got a good signal down here. That's cool.
You guys should hear Tammy mimic Papa.
And Jerry hears all of us.
Morning net.
Jerry's got the lake for a ground plane.
Oh, does he?
Hi, Rick.
Rick 1 or Rick 2?
The Rick that just walked away from his computer.
From a very comfortable chair.
Changed his name to Rick Runaway.
Yeah.
He's back.
I'm back.
Oh, keys. Back again.
There's a blue light on this video camera.
Yes, we see it.
Crazy.
Makes you look purple.
I bought it
Blue
at
spot
Kmart.
on the side of your head.
Attention Kmart shoppers.
I thought he had one of those kinky hair dyes. You know, rapper style.
Hey, it is coming up on Halloween, right?
No, everything else is gray.
Rick H, I still hear him calling for you on the morning nets, so you're still on the list.
Still on the list. That's a good thing. On somebody's list. Yeah, about the time he gets to me, the band's fading out.
Actually, you sound pretty good, Rick.
You have to get one of those AA call signs now. You can be first.
Dad has some technical issue with Linux on his computer. He's not seeing the link to open up the Zoom meeting, so I'll have to research that one tomorrow when I have more time for it. I don't know.
You loaded him up with Linux?
He has Linux because in a very short summary, he kept deleting Windows software, messing up the computer a year ago. So, yeah.
All right.
It's plus there's so many Windows updates going on. He doesn't really know how to do it. Doesn't want to get things screwed up, and that's another story.
I just went ahead to reboot my main computer like 4 times for it to go reset back. It's weird. Half my icons were gone. I had to go back to a previous restore point.
Sounds like Windows.
Paul, I understand your reaction to what Keith said perfectly. Had some similar issues with my mother, although I went the Chromebook direction there.
Ah, yes.
That seems to have worked pretty well. But
Good.
yeah, Windows was no longer an option.
My mother is into iPads and iPhones and things. Hasn't gotten a Mac for some reason, but she's content with her iPad, so good enough.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
And by the way, Cliff, your audio is much better now.
Oh, is it?
Oh, big
Oh
time.
yeah.
Okay.
Understandable now.
Oh, okay. Well, all I did was turn the video off, of course. That didn't work.
And
Might be a little overmodulation.
Yeah, Cliff, you're looking very. I mean, you're sounding good.
All right, guys,
Yes,
we're
for
gonna
the
get started.
friendly ghost.
We'll go ahead and get started. I got about 10 after now, so I think pretty much everybody that's going to connect is connected, and some people are watching on YouTube. So we'll get started. I got kind of a list of things I just want to discuss tonight. One thing I am going to sit there and say, I apologize for last week. Things just sometimes just don't work out when you want them to work out or the way you want them to work out. So hopefully things are going to start getting a little better on this end next couple of days, and hopefully life won't be so topsy-turvy on my end and so much on call, if you will. But anyways, because of all the things that have been going on since the end of May with me, I haven't had a time to really try to work on getting a program together for a meeting. Well, that's kind of changed now. I've actually started putting out feelers to different vendors and different representatives, amateur radio representatives, about doing presentations for our ARES group, much like we do for OARC and stuff. So look for that for programs to start up probably in the January meeting. We only have one more meeting this month. I'm sorry, this year. And then we'll take that December break and come get back together in January. And we should have some programs lined up for all through next year then. Looks like Zoom is working out, and even at some point when we'll talk about this in a little bit, once we start going back to a face-to-face meeting, Zoom is still an option to use for those who can't get to the meetings, and also those bringing in presenters much easier than trying to use Skype like in the past. So hopefully those things will change. So I got a list of things to talk about. Some of you guys are probably interested in knowing what's going on with Hamcation, and Michael and I will bring you up to date on that for those who have not really heard the whole story and stuff. So first, let me just mention that a couple weeks ago, actually about 2 weekends ago, the Ride for Ronald occurred. The Ride for Ronald turned into a virtual event this year. And because it was a virtual event, everybody was pretty much scattered around everywhere, doing their own rides or walks. And so it was hard to support any type of event like that. It went off pretty well. I will say virtual events are taking a toll on these organizations because they are not raising the funds like they used to with the in-person events. But right now, it looks like that's going to be a thing for some of these organizations right now, is doing virtual events until they get the okay from their upper management about start doing in-person events again. With that being said, I had given out dates, or I'm sorry, I was going to tell you guys the date for the Tour de Cure in 2021, so everybody could put it on their calendar. Well, since that announcement came out, the American Diabetes Association has decided to do all virtual events in 2021. So they will not be doing a in-person Tour de Cure in 2021 like we've had in the past. So it'll be much like what happened this year will happen again next year. And it's all going to be pretty much people posting things on their Facebook pages and hashtagging the American Diabetes Association and stuff like that. So we won't have an involvement in that per se. Now, I will also then say that the planning organization or planning committee is working on doing some things that could involve us as making a video. And once we get that kind of wired down, I will tell you more about it. But it's more of a video of just saying from the group of individuals that help with the Tour de Cure, you know, good luck on their virtual ride or virtual walk or whatever it is they're doing. And that we're obviously thinking about them and hope to see them in 2022. So, but we'll talk more about that once it's more of a known what's going to happen and stuff. All this just came down last week. Michael and I only found out about last week, and I think the guys that work for Tour de Cure found out about the week before. So, and that was after they had made the announcement that they were planning on doing an in-person event, probably in the second quarter of 2021. So everything kind of changed. One of the things that's still occurring, at least right now, and I haven't heard anything different, is the Bike MS. This is the one that runs down in Polk County, starts at the Reunion, the Omni Resort, and it goes for 2 days. It looks like they are going to need some support for that still until at least if it changes. I don't know if it might change in the future. But that's going to be March 6th and 7th of 2021. So if you are interested in helping with a bike event, at least right now as it's still scheduled to be a in-person event, put that on your calendar. And if you are definitely interested, go to citrustour.org. That's citrustour.org. And that's where they're asking the amateur radio operators to sign up and volunteer. There's a little register button there, and you can sign up, and you'll get all your information from that website once it's actually published, if it's still going to be an in-person event or what. Bike MS was like Hamcation able to happen in 2020. But they're not, I'm not sure what's going to happen for 2021 yet. So we'll see. So again, that's March 6th and 7th. It much like the Tour de Cure, it does take a load of operators to help with this event. It is a 2-day event, not just a 1-day event, but it does all run down in Polk County, pretty much going from the Omni Resort and Champions Gate. And it's like it starts at Champions Gate and ends at Champions Gate. So out and back type of ride for 2 days. But you can get all the details on citrustour.org, and they are, again, definitely looking for help for that event. Michael, do you want to talk about Hamcation, or do you want me to do it, or what?
You can do it right now.
All right, so here's the skinny on Hamcation for those who haven't heard the entire story. Everything was a go for doing Hamcation. Then that was right after our September, Dean, it's March 6th and 7th is the dates of the Citrus Tour again, 6th and 7th of March. Everything was a go for Hamcation until right after our September committee meeting. Right after that, Michael and I got wind from the ARRL that they were actually looking to pull out of doing the national convention in Orlando for 2021. And the reason for this is they are based out of the Connecticut, and they deal with Connecticut HR laws. And currently, HR laws in Connecticut forbid businesses or corporations that are operating out of Connecticut to send employees out in the field during a national health crisis, or what's now known as a pandemic. They can't force employees to go anywhere. Okay, so they can't sit there and say, here's your assignment for this weekend. You have to go down to Orlando, Florida and run a booth at Hamcation. They're not allowed to do that. They didn't foresee in the future that changing anytime in the near future because of what's going on of, the spikes up and everything. Michael and I talked to ARRL about it, some staff members. We were understanding. I mean, it's out of everybody's hands. It's even out of their hands in ARRL. It's HR laws. But we also figured that, we're not always the national convention. So we were planning on still holding on to Hamcation and doing it. Then we started getting some phone calls from some different vendors, major vendors. We're talking big vendors. And they sat there and weren't sure if they were going to be able to make it down here because their corporate companies weren't allowing them to travel during the pandemic. Which is probably the same thing that ARRL was dealing with. It was HR laws, or, because of the high risk and stuff, they just weren't allowed to send employees out and stuff. So we started thinking about it. Well, what the straw that broke the camel's back, if you will, is our convention services company. This is the company that comes in and puts up all the booths, all the tables, all the chairs and stuff throughout the commercial buildings, the SWAT buildings. And they also do a lot of other things that Mike requests them to do. Michael asked them to do a lot of sign hanging and different things like that. And they bring 2 tractor trailer loads of stuff in each year to Hamcation to set up for us. Well, they sat there and informed Michael that they weren't sure if they're going to be in business come February. Because of the pandemic, they haven't worked since March. They haven't had a show. There's no shows operating anywhere in the United States. So the gentleman who runs the company has laid off all of his employees and sat there and is hoping that come around the first year that some things start to happen again, with shows, and he starts getting some income. Otherwise, he's going to have to close down. He's not going to be able to keep the doors open any longer. And right now, he's just keeping the doors open to, keep the rent paid on the building, the warehouse, the office, that type of stuff, electric paid, and that's those type of things. And he said he had enough money to do that till about the end of the year. And after that, he wasn't sure if things didn't turn around. Well, as you guys know, as big as Hamcation is, we just can't wait until January to find out whether he's going to be in business. So the thought was, we'll go out and find another company. Well, guess what? Everybody else is in the same boat. There's no shows going on and stuff. So trying to find another company right now is pretty much the same answer. We can't guarantee you anything, right now because of what's going on. Unless we go to big companies like, I'm sure some of you guys might have heard of Freeman. There's a couple other ones that usually work down at the convention center. Those companies are huge, but they also charge a lot of money to do what they do. Our vendors won't be able to afford the prices that these places charge. So we're going to have to sit back and wait and see who is in business come February, I guess you could say. And hopefully it's the same company we've been dealing with for many years. I think it's about 15 years now that we've been dealing with the same company. And just start planning for 2022. There's just no way that we can wait until January to make the decision. So the board of directors decided to go with what the ARRL was going to put out as a press release, join that press release and go ahead and cancel, or what we like to say, postpone. And that's because we're postponing the 75th anniversary of Orlando Hamcation. Since we are not going to have Orlando Hamcation in 2021, the 75th Orlando Hamcation will occur in 2022. So that's why we're saying the word postpone compared to cancel, because we like the word postponed, but it sounds less negative, than saying canceled. So the ARRL, the board of directors from the ARRL, actually, I'm sorry, the executive committee from the ARRL, unanimously agreed to support Orlando Hamcation with the national convention in 2022. And we decided to go along with that press release, and that's what all happened on October the 5th. A lot of you guys that are in this meeting right now are also Hamcation committee members. Most of you guys didn't even know about this until October the 5th. I'm sorry, October the 3rd, when we had our committee meeting. And again, the reason for that is because we already had that scheduled, and trying to schedule another meeting that everybody could attend and we can tell everybody at one time was nearly impossible. So since we already had that committee meeting scheduled, that's why we waited that long to tell you guys. But the work is still happening. I mean, I know Melissa and Michael was on here. I know myself, some guys from Swaps, and also guys in RV are all having to notify their vendors and their people right now to let them know what's going on, to find out who wants refunds or who wants to just move their reservation to 2022. So we've got a lot of support from everybody. A lot of people are just moving their reservation to 2022, and understood what's going on. It is a pandemic. We, as a Hamcation, was lucky enough, and by the skin of our teeth, was able to hold Hamcation in 2020. But at the same time, we've been saying we're cursed by having it in 2021 in February, because so early in the year, there's no vaccine yet. There's no known path yet on how we can move forward in so little time. So that's why it was best to go ahead and cancel. So that's the whole story on it, guys. And there were some other things. All this happened in a matter of 2.5 to 3 weeks, along with everything else that's been going on with personally for me. Michael and I were like on Zoom meetings almost what seemed like every single day, between talking to, excuse me, the ARRL, our divisional director, some different vendors that we kind of notified in advance, and also with, of course, the board of directors and the executive committee for Orlando Hamcation, which is a small bunch. So we were constantly meeting, talking about what's going on and stuff. So kind of happened quickly, but it is what it is. Does anybody have any questions on it? And those of you guys are watching on YouTube, watch the chat room too. And if there's any questions that pop up there, we can relay them into the Zoom meeting. So now there are some things that Michael is planning. Do you want to do that one, Michael, or?
Yeah, I can do that one. One thing we are planning is we're going to have some online presence during Hamcation weekend. We're going to be calling it the 2021 Hamcation Special Edition Webinar and QSO Party. We're going to be having some webinars. Not sure which ones yet. We're going to do unique ones that hopefully people's never seen before. What we are learning, since everything's pretty much like this on Zoom or on some type of online platform, all these people that are doing these different forums now are doing them for club meetings and stuff like that. One of them that comes to mind offhand is, now I forgot his name, the gentleman that does the grounding. He did a forum at Hamcation. Ward Silver. Ward Silver's grounding forum that he does. He's done it at probably by now, I would say, hundreds of different meetings or other Hamfests that has canceled. That's doing some type of online presentations. So we're looking for unique ones that's never been done. We're going to look at vendors to do some for new products that are coming out and even products that they want to talk about. We are going to be doing a QSO party during that weekend also. And the final thing, if it works out, we will be doing live prize drawings during the webinars also. So that's what we're looking at right now. Everything's still pretty much being planned. Within the next couple of weeks, we should be getting some stuff nailed down and out to everybody.
Does anybody have any questions? All right, so that's what's going on with Hamcation. Watch the website and obviously watch your email and for updates that occur in reference to the QSO party, the unique webinars and stuff, and whatever prize drawings we could have. That could be interesting. Nothing like having a prize barrel at live on Zoom doing the drawings. Different, something different. So anyways, that's what's going on. So we'll move forward. Status of face-to-face meetings. I had a conversation with John Mulhall at the Emergency Operations Center in reference to us getting back together and doing face-to-face meetings. He says right now we're going to have to wait, even though they kind of winded down their COVID-19 response in the EOC. A lot of that stuff is being done kind of virtually from everybody's offices instead of from the EOC. He tried to put some other events or other meetings on the EOC calendar and was told that they had to wait. The EOC is still off limits because of the pandemic and stuff. So right now we're still on hold and we're just going to continue doing Zoom meetings until time forward, until things start opening back up. I'm not sure when it's going to happen. You know, it might be sometime after a vaccine is, you know, distributed and people start feeling a little bit better about getting out and seeing people face to face again. So just stay tuned. In the meantime, we'll keep doing our meetings on Zoom. With that, I will also mention that I had thought about starting up with the fun days at the end of this month because there's been a little bit increase again of confirmed cases. I'm okay with getting together with people. I just don't want, my biggest fear is somehow people start catching the virus from our get-togethers, and I don't want that on our reputation, on our hands and stuff. So I rather just wait until, you know, for even fun days right now to wait until after maybe the first year and see how things are going, and maybe when the vaccine gets put out and stuff. So we'll just keep those on hold right now also. I hate doing that to everybody. I was really looking forward to getting together and start seeing people again. More so than just this little square on my screen here. There's all these little squares with faces in it. But I think it might be the best for the time being. Now, one thing we are going to do, and we are going to try to do this without a hitch, is OERC each year does a Christmas dinner, Christmas party, the first Saturday of December. We are still planning to do this. You know, we got a little room to work with there, and we can try to social distance people more. So if need to be, and things are, you know, as long as things don't get too drastically out of hand ahead of time as far as new cases and stuff, we should be able to do this. If you're interested, I sent out an email early this morning to add some links on it. It's $10 per member. Or $25 for non-members. That $10 membership cost includes members of OC ARES. So as long as you're a member of OC Aries, you and your spouse, if you wish, can pay $10. If you have anybody else that's going to be coming with you, they're going to be 25. They're non-members. Non-members are 25. But you can use those links. Again, do this as far as a, oh, Michael put it up there. Cool. Thank you. I realized you had done that.
Yeah.
But please do that if you feel safe to do so. I mean, it's up to you guys. Nobody's being forced to do it. We do hope to see a lot of people there, but I mean, if you don't feel safe, we understand. But you know, we're trying to get some things back to normal as much as possible. So we're trying to do the Christmas party still. When we end up having to postpone the hamcation, Anna kind of threatened the board, says, "Don't you dare cancel my Christmas party." So, so we're trying to make sure that keeps going on. So, so we'll give more information. But if you are interested in going, try to make a decision, please, before the middle of November, because we need to give a head count to our vendor, our caterer, so that we'll make sure we have enough food for everybody. And of course, we are going to do Toys for Tots. I'm sure Toys for Tots is going to be a huge thing this year. So if you can bring a small unwrapped toy for Toys for Tots, it'd be greatly appreciated. And of course, this is where we also do our ORC and OC Aries does kind of awards. We recognize some individuals that went out or went beyond what normally would a member do to help the organizations. So we usually give out awards that night also. So we look forward to doing that again. The information is in the email. It's going to be the same place, the Knights of Columbus. That's over here off of 436, just north of Old Cheney. And the doors open at 6 o'clock. Dinner will be served at 7. And we're usually wrapped up and gone by 9:30, 10 o'clock at the latest usually. So hope to see everybody there. All right. Moving right along. Going to do some switching up here soon on the nets. There are a couple of other repeaters. James has gotten up and running. James was able to get 442, 525 up. It doesn't have a footprint it used to have, but it does have a fairly decent footprint. I think I talked to Rick ULT from Apopka on it a couple weeks ago. I was a little scratchy, he said, or kind of scratchy at times, but I was still at least hitting the repeater from a mobile. So we like to try these repeaters out a little bit more and see how they do during nets. Don't get discouraged if you don't hit the repeater that night. We need to test them out a little bit better. So this is something we're going to do in order to see how they work. In case you don't know, some of you guys might not realize this, but 7.3 is back on the air. 146.73. It's downtown. It doesn't have the footprint it used to have either, but we might test that repeater out also one night. So what will happen is you might get a notice about 6 o'clock on a net night that the net frequency has changed to a different frequency. And you're going to probably get that through email and OC Alert. So if you're not on OC Alert, I highly recommend you get on OC Alert. And if you are on OC Alert, you can get on OC Alert, let me know so I can make sure I add you to our group. If you're not on the group, you're not going to receive the text messages that come through instantly. But we're going to try this and do a little bit of practice, if you will, on sudden changes on what everybody considers a normal now of going to 050 for the net. And we'll see what happens, see how it works, see how the repeaters work. It could start as early as this Thursday. It might wait a week or two. I don't know. It depends on how I feel come Thursday and see if I can throw a curveball at everybody. With that, I have one quick last thing I want to talk about real quick. And Paul is now the trustee for the W4MCO call sign that's on all our repeaters. And we're aware that the call sign is about to expire in November the 30th, but he sent in the renewal last night. And I would imagine within a day or so, it'll probably be updated in the ULS.
Yep.
I looked earlier this morning. I saw it wasn't there yet, but that was just wishful thinking. So
It's still in the submitted phase, and they say that they got it today and not yesterday. So
okay, so it might be tomorrow.
Might be tomorrow.
So that will be updated. Hopefully, was it 10 years on that one too?
Yeah, still 10 years.
I wasn't sure if they changed club licenses or not. So, but anyways, W4MCO is still secure, and
GMRS licenses are now 10 years.
did they officially make the change?
Yeah, I just renewed mine, and it was 5 years last time. Now it's 10.
Is it still $50 or?
It's either 50 or 70. I think it was 70.
I let mine expire.
Okay.
John, real quick, you can always use CFRA if you ever wanted to, the repeater on UHF.
Yeah, we need to test that one too. So we'll make sure we test some of the club ones first, so everybody make sure they have in their radios the club ones you can go to. Is it still up on the website, Michael?
I'm sorry, what?
The repeater list is still up on the website? I know we had an issue with something. Wow. I got 2 video feeds going right now. I guess I'm running slow. Yep.
Oops.
Well, actually, you go to
There we go.
their ARES. Their ARES one. There you go.
Well, that's on OARC's website. Sorry.
Go to. Yeah, see it. Cell phone ours.
525, 700, 5.
Everybody should have the ICS 205 too.
Yeah, it's still up there. So what you want to do is you kind of want to make sure that you have the things in Orange County ARES column in your radios, which a lot of these are repeaters have been around for quite a while. So if you've been around for a while and had them programmed in, you probably already have them in there, but you might not have used them recently. So, but you have that, at least the analog ones. Analogs and even the mixed mode ones, you can still put the analog version part in there.
We need to update the list.
Say again?
We need to update the list. 444.125. I don't see it.
Oh yeah, we do. You're right. I gotta get that up. Okay, we'll get that updated. We won't use that one quite yet.
Yeah, that's at the convention center, so that could be very important.
Yeah. As soon as we get that list updated, then we'll use it. We'll try that one out sometime in the future. Or James, we'll put that. I'm pretty sure I have that email yet when we originally made the announcement. We'll put it back out again so everybody can make sure it's in the radios. All right. So far, anybody have any questions? Check YouTube.
Yeah, John.
Yes.
Have you given any thought, as long as we're down, getting the truck in and getting the air conditioner taken out of it?
Well, we actually discussed that part as a fun day. If we do it, I'm not going to have a lot of people there. I might just get a couple guys there to help pull it out. And I got to get with what's his name, son, to see about when he can come over and do it. He has the tools to make sure the lines are reconnected correctly and stuff, so the front air conditioner will still work, not the back one.
we just drop it off at the shop, at his shop, and just let it sit there until he has time to do it?
He doesn't have a
Yeah.
shop. He doesn't work. He doesn't work that type of business. He's
Oh,
actually
okay.
a computer guy, but he's done this before for another vehicle that he had, and knows how to what's entailed. So if it was that easy, I would have had that thing over there a long time ago.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Paul Deffenbaugh is who you're thinking of.
Yes, Paul. So he was the one who originally said he would definitely come over and give us a hand and stuff. So then the pandemic broke out. Question from Dean, you answered them. Good. Thank you. I saw Dick ask a question there.
I got a
All right.
question. I have a question.
Good.
Does anybody need a copy of the current the ICS 205, which is a possible frequency list? Because that's in the available, a cleaner copy of what frequencies we could use.
We can put that back out, Rick. Just put it back out on the server, or on the email server. Just the 205.
Got it.
All right, let me go around to the staff members are in here real quick. Going by what I see everybody in position wise. Mr. Devine, did you have anything?
No. Just I was wondering if anybody thought anything about Winter Field Day since we're not doing ammunition.
That could be a possibility. Been wanting to do Winter Field Day for years and you never get a chance to do that one. That might be a possibility this year. We'll have to talk about that one. I'm not sure where we'll do it yet, but that could be a possibility.
That's all I have.
It'd be our luck. It'll be 90 degrees that weekend.
Of course.
Yeah.
Gary, you still not meeting anywhere? Or you guys are actually wrapped up for the year now, aren't you?
We're done. We're done for the year. And we have the same problems you do. We're shut down and they promise us nothing, and there'll be
for nothing.
no time when they're going to reopen, and we're all waiting, and that's about all you can do, really, and isolate.
Yep.
That's what they want us to do.
Yep. So, all right. Rick, QQ, KQQ. Rick 2. Unmute. Helps unmute.
Yeah, no, I was in a different screen open at the 205. Yeah, I'm good. What I'll do is just email blast it on the OARC or OC ARES group tonight.
Okay. What about our cards? I think they expire this year.
Yep, they do expire. I've got about 6 or 7 that I still have from 2018 that I never gave them. It's gonna, on our monthly staff meeting, I've been looking at the my report, and I'll get that to the staff. And it also includes some people that are expiring. I did send one to you and Paul for W4 MCO, and I sent one to somebody else that was expiring. Reminders, the alerts. All up to date on the 205. I did have the 125 on the ICS 205, or 205. So we're good.
Okay. All right. And Dean.
Well, nothing major to report, and I had hoped that I would. I know some of you know that I've been working on the Wedgefield APRS Digipeater project, and due to a bunch of health issues and now most recently, this weekend, my daughter getting married, I haven't been able to spend time on it. But if I look older, tired, and really poor tonight, it's because my daughter got married. So anyway, that's behind me now. So yeah, hopefully we can make some progress.
I had 2 daughters. I know what you mean about being poor.
Hopefully there's greener grass ahead, right? All right, Michael.
I don't have nothing, but what was the frequency for the convention center?
125.
I need the first part.
444.125.
That's an analog?
444.125. Same tone. Yeah. That's
Yes, that's analog only.
Okay, that's all I needed. Thanks.
Okay. James.
Do we still have those ICOM HF radios that got issues, or is it we just have one, or what?
You're talking about ORCs or?
Okay, do we have a bad 746 or 756 display HF ARES?
Yeah, that's Jock's old radio.
That's who?
The
Oh,
one that we
Jock.
bought. Yeah.
Is that a 746 or 756?
I don't remember.
Is it
It's not
still
a
at the
40
EOC?
It's not a 40. I think it's the 56.
Okay, I'll investigate. There's another source that has opened up operation. Used to work for ICOM, so I want to get the model number and see if it's possible to get it fixed, unless you guys don't want it fixed.
No, so we get it fixed. We can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, it's a good radio. It worked. So it's just
Yeah.
hard to do anything with it because of the screen.
Yeah, Bruce WR4B turned me on to a guy up in Seattle that's repairing them. He used to work for ICOM. So I said,
yeah?
wow, we should look into that.
Hey, James, have you tried N4 ATS on that at all?
That's who we found out.
Oh, I'm talking about Seattle. I was just kind of curious. Okay.
That's the call sign of Grassi?
Oh, Grasso, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he actually couldn't repair an ICOM, and so he sent it to that guy. It's,
You worked on my
Like,
Aces.
cool.
Wow.
yeah, we can hear you, Cliff. Repeater-wise, you guys pretty much know what's going on, so nothing
Yeah, I'm
else.
still here from the county on Clark Conan. So.
Okay.
All right, Keith.
A mute would be a good idea. Get my thoughts together. Pretty much, Melbourne posted an item on Twitter a few days ago from Climate Prediction Center of a moderate to strong La Nina, which normally gives us warmer and drier winters per se. So we'll see where that reality pans out to be. The item in the Western Caribbean, I haven't looked at NHC's webpage yet beyond here. Hang on a couple seconds. What they do with it? Well, it's supposed to be developing a low, and we're supposed to get moisture off that one coming up on Tuesday, Wednesday, theoretically. Third item was for Dean. Do you guys looking at any serious brush fire issues coming up with the dry season, or do you guys have any feedback on that?
No, we typically get a forecast on that a little later in the year. At this stage of the game, it's still a little early. And a lot of the folks we have who look at that kind of thing are busy out west right now on wildfires. In fact, I got asked to go out again, but I had to decline because of the other incident I was assigned to, my daughter's wedding. So that's another issue. There's so much fire still going on out west that some of the folks we rely on here in Florida for that kind of information are busy dealing with that stuff right now. So yeah, typically November, December timeframe, we start seeing those kinds of forecasts for long term as far as potential impacts for spring fire.
Cool. Just curious. I see a lot more brush fires popping up on Pulse Point, which we don't in Seminole County in the past couple of days or so, and I kind of figured it's rained some, but it's still probably dry in that kind of way. Not much else on my side, John. Back over to whoever's next in line.
All right, which reminds me, is there anybody that has not had a Skywarn class this year, 2020? Okay. So the next time that Melbourne puts out a virtual class schedule, we'll make sure that gets out to everybody. Try to get one of those classes under your belt, because we all have to sit there and have one, at least one a year. It's actually every other year, but basic is every other year, and then advanced is every other year. So we usually have like 1 year's advance, one next year's basic, then advanced and basic and stuff like that. So everybody's on a different schedule of what they need. So I would imagine if you need to, you can contact Scott and he can let you know what it is that you're lacking or what you need to take up this year, so to keep your Skywarn stuff up to date. And then I'll find out from Scott if he'd be willing to do a even a Zoom Skywarn class with us in the future whenever he has some availability. I know they're kind of busy with doing a lot of different things virtually now, so we'll see what happens.
John?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was up on that website just the other day. He's got courses going right on up to the end of the year. If you
Does
go
he
to that website that was on that post you sent out,
Okay.
you can register there, and then they'll send you a link when it's open.
I will. I'll send that back out to everybody again. That link, so that way everybody can go and look and register. And the best part is you can do it on your own schedule, so that way whatever works best for you, you can still take a Skywarn class. Keep that up and running so we can keep our Skywarn credentials going. So, Paul, what you got?
Hi there. Well, you mentioned the W4MCO license. I've also got control over the ULS FRN that goes along with that, and I'll get it back up to probably Rick just to keep the information and you, John, so that not just one person has it. For those that don't know, the OARC helped out Lamar's with a testing session late in September, which was actually moved from the time of the hurricane in August. All 5 or 6 of the contestants passed, and they've already got their licenses. So that's all still happening occasionally. And I think that runs about the gamut of it.
Okay. Appreciate it very much.
Yep.
Mr. Harrelson, did you have anything?
Yeah, let me hit the mute button. Yeah, I took the advanced class on July 20th, and all they do is just send you a little email if you had your spotter number, which I did. It was still valid, and they just I'm good through December 31st of 2022. So it's really pretty straightforward. So I recommend it if anybody gets one. Another thing I was looking at, and I didn't get much more information on it. There's a lot of things going on with WinLink. They're doing away with WinMore. They're asking you to use another program. So if you haven't looked at it yet, go back over onto the winlink.org website and see what they got cooking.
Yeah, we'll actually be talking about some of that WinLink stuff at the staff meeting next week. We gotten some more information in reference to our setup that they want us to put up.
Oh, okay.
I just wish our layout at the comm
It's a
center
little
was
different.
much different than what it is. So I wish we had access to the wooded area behind us.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yes. Well, I wish the building backed up to that wooded section so we could have a little better access to it. So, all right, Cliff.
I have nothing further tonight, John.
Okay. David, you're in here tonight. Did you participate in the Florida statewide SET that they try to pull off a couple weekends ago? Don't forget about unmuting, David.
You talking to me?
Yep.
I did not. I missed it. I was, guess I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, well, it was confusing because first they said they were going to do it, and then all of a sudden it got canceled. And just as fast as it got canceled, it was back on again. So I'm not sure if they canceled it again, possibly, or if they actually held it or not. So I kind of lost track on where it was at that point.
I'll go looking for it, see what's going on, let you know.
Okay. I did sign back up tonight for one of the other email lists that puts out a lot of information about webinars. And once I start receiving the webinar, apparently they've been doing webinars twice a week on different ARES related communications aspects. Once I start getting those emails, I'll pass them off to the rest of the group. And it's up to you if you want to participate or not. If you have time that evening to jump on Zoom and listen to a webinar, you're more than welcome to do that, just to help everybody keep learning about what's going on in the world of emergency communications. So I think Dean and I talked about this before. We both kind of jumped off of the Florida one that was going on because of some individuals that just made it miserable being part of it and stuff. So both of us got kind of tired of it, and I don't know if anybody else is still on that email list that gets emails, but if you are, feel free to relay information to the group that you feel is pertinent for us to know.
Is frequency use November 3 Mike Charlie Zulu?
Hey, there's a blaze on radio. Must be Al's radio.
That's Al.
Yeah. It was me.
All right, guys. Do you have anything else? Anybody have anything?
Yeah, John.
Yes.
You were talking about the webinar that's twice a week. I've been on that thing. They recorded. If you go and join it, and they recorded both on their website, on their group, and you can download any of the courses that they were running. So it's pretty good. That's the one out of Denver, I believe you're talking about, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's really interesting. I've been on it the last few months.
Yeah, I just learned about it tonight, and I signed up for it. So,
What was that one again, John?
what's that?
What is the webinar you're talking about?
It's let me pull up the email real quick. Actually, it's Idaho. I'm sorry, Idaho, not Denver. ARRL.Idaho. They've been putting on different webinars, apparently twice a week, on ARES and disaster communications, different things. I have not been able to catch up on any of it. I did receive a notification of one a couple weeks ago, but I wasn't able to watch it that week. But I do plan on trying to catch up on some of them. But a lot of, like Bob just mentioned, a lot of that stuff has been recorded, so that way you can go back at another time and watch it. So I will, once I get the actual link for the website, I will pass that on to everybody. So Bob,
great.
if you want to forward to me or forward out to everybody, you can do that too.
Yeah, I'll forward you the two links. Wednesdays is general ham information, and then on Thursdays is an ARES group.
Okay.
So it's pretty good. I'll send that over to you tonight.
Yep. I'll pass that on to everybody. So, Rick, see, Rick has a hand up.
Question related to the WinLink and the antennas out to the forest. Can you use the poles strung for the light poles strung across the parking lot?
Yeah. No, I'm not stringing anything across the parking lot, and they have a big truck or something come in and rip it all down.
County would frown on that.
Yeah.
Can we run it over to can we put it over the fence over to that big radio tower over there?
Yeah. That's where I would love to put one at.
I say run a sloper from REOC up that tower, yeah.
Yeah, that'll work for me. So, all right, guys. I don't want to keep everybody, but you're more than welcome to stick around and chat, since we haven't been able to get socialize much lately. But that's all I have. Like I said, look for starting in January, we'll start having programs. We'll start getting things back the way they used to be. And I do apologize for all the lack of stuff going on right now for ARES, because of a lot of things going on personally. So hopefully we'll start getting that stuff cleared up for me. So But like I said, we're welcome to sit around and chat if you'd like. Ask questions.
I have a quick question. Are you still having the M-Nation committee meeting on the first Saturday of November?
Yes.
Okay, we'll be there.
What about the December one? That's the same the morning of the Christmas party.
No, we're not doing December. We won't do it the same day as the Christmas party. If we need to have one, we'll pick another Saturday. But right now, we're not going to do it the same day of the Christmas party because that would interfere too much of trying to make sure everything's up and running for the Christmas party, make sure it's right that night.
So, James, I have a question for you.
Yes.
I know things have been kind of crazy where you work. Has it loosened up any to the point that you would be able to work on that bag full of radios I have that need to visit Mr. Service Monitor?
You can give me the radios. I just don't know when I can get to it. And it's not been so much as work as amateur radio stuff. You guys heard about Bithlow, right? God.
Oh, something new?
Bithlow was off the air for a couple of weeks for 42075. And William Codwell, KD4 JYD, myself, and Bruce WR4B, we went to the site Friday. We went up there, found out that the repeater had a blown 15 amp fuse on the AC side. And we couldn't get the fuse out because it's been up there so long, the spring wouldn't let it pop out of the fuse holder, you know, like the back of an ARES, back of an Astron power supply. Just you turn it 45 degrees and it should pop out. We couldn't get it to pop out, so we bypassed it and built a blade fuse into the power cord that goes to it. And it came on the air. Yay, great. Went down, talked on it for a half hour. Yay, great. I watched a movie. After the movie's over with at home, it's off the air. Could not believe
It didn't like the movie.
So let everybody know we're going to have to figure out something. May have to take the repeater down. So the next day, talking to Mike, everybody else, what's going on? It came back up. It's been back up ever since. It's not made by IBM. It's not self-healing, but somehow it healed itself. Maybe. So
you sure it doesn't have COVID?
What?
You sure it doesn't have COVID?
Oh man, I don't know. So we're crossing our fingers it will keep going because it's a pain in the butt to go to that site. It
Yeah.
really is.
Now the weather has been about 10 degrees cooler since that day you were up there. It's been humid as all get out, but it's been about 10 degrees cooler every day.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, that was our little thing. And then I've also got a commercial repeater off the air, but we probably won't fix that until we move from our old site to our new site. Our workload is actually down, but the problem is it's just me. I don't have Bruce. I don't have my guy named Dano because they moved him over to detailing. So, oh well.
So
I mean, he's still helping me out to some extent. I gotta
You're
say
a
that.
one-man shop then.
Yeah, we're a one-man shop. But yeah, bring the radios. We'll rendezvous or something, and hopefully my software will run them because I got to run them with software to tune them.
Okay.
I was hoping you might still had the software that got used before on those radios.
I didn't set them up. The two radios that I have that are modified for the amateur band, I can ask him, but Tom Tishkin did that. KD4WOV. He's working over at TRS Wireless right now. So
Right. Okay. I thought maybe that was company equipment that he used on those.
I might have the software package that he used. I don't know. Because we got to use old computers to program those radios. Or we're using XP computers that also have the DOS partition. Although you don't need that for the CDMs, the DOS partition. But I programmed, the 7.3, I got to have DOS to program that. So I got to take a DOS computer with me whenever we get access to the site so that we can play with the DPL concept on that for the 7.3. And I'm working on a Vertex radio repeater that Bruce had donated, and that requires DOS as well. So I need all computers to work on that stuff. And yeah, Jerry, the Vertex I'm referring to is the same one you got. Rick Harrison, you still with us? Yes.
Yes, sir.
I launched WinLink. It took 5 updates. Haven't had it on in a while. Winmore
Yes,
or
like there's a Forbes
what is this
update
thing called?
about
WinLink
once every 2
Express?
weeks.
Yeah, WinLink Express.
Yeah.
I think, is this the RDOP stuff? Is that what they're going to?
Yeah.
What's Vera?
Do I?
What is Vera? VARA?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I've seen it, but I haven't dug into it to see what's going on with that.
I've
But
used it.
they ask everybody to stop using Winmore for HF packet. So they're dropping support on it. They're asking everybody to stop using it and move over to something else.
Is that something else? That other mode I mentioned?
Yeah, Vara.
Yeah, is it Vara?
Yeah.
It's
Vara-
Vara, not RDOP?
No,
Yeah,
it's
they're
RDOP.
asking you.
It's RDOP.
Well, Vara's the new